Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host Myron. Today we are doing a video that I have never done before. This is a bottle kill video, and I've got a lot of bottles down here in the Bourbon Drop studio, and a lot of them, after I do reviews and I may not think they're going to make it, or bottles that I bought before doing reviews and they've just got a little bit in them. I mean, I'm talking years before I started doing reviews. I noticed that some of them started to get tainted. So some of these were killed because they were tainted or possibly tainted, and some of these were killed because they were just that good. First up on the list, that is what is in this glass right now. I've decided to kill it tonight because there was about this much in it. This is Mac 10, one of my all-time favorites. Henry McKenna 10-year single barrel. I know that it is allocated in some places. It is allocated in VA ABCs too, but I'll tell you what, when you go there, more than likely, this will be one of the last bottles still hanging around after all the Buffalo Trace stuff is gone. All right, next bottle on the list. Let's go with Buffalo Trace. Speaking of Buffalo Trace, you know what? I am not a huge fan of Buffalo Trace, but when I get low, I tend to pick a bottle up because if I have a new bourbon drinker over, I think that they will enjoy this bottle. So that's why I keep a bottle of this on a bar. I don't buy a lot of backups of things unless I think they are great, especially if they are limited releases. Now, when we're talking about daily sippers like OF 100 or the Jack single barrel proof, I buy backups of those all the time. Things like Buffalo Trace, I don't really, like I said, buy backups, but I keep one around just so that if I have a new bourbon drinker over, especially if they've never had it, they can get a sample of it and see whether they like it or not. Let's get into the next bottle. Speaking of Jack, Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. I keep backups of this thing. I keep 375s, I keep 750s. This is one hell of a bottle, man. I'm telling you, if you have not picked this bottle up, now, shout out to my coworker Ryan, because I did recommend this bottle to him. He thought it was a little hot. He actually told me that he really enjoys the lower proof stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Some people are just like that. I do find myself liking the stuff between 100 and 115. However, when it comes to these Jacks, sometimes I can be a proof hound. I tend to look for ones that are around 130 and above. I do like high proof stuff. I don't like stuff that's going to kick me in the teeth all the time, but sometimes I feel like you get a little more flavor in the higher proof stuff. Next bottle on the list. This one had to grow on me. This was Old Forester 1910. Old Forester 1910 took a little while to grow on me. When I first got it home, I wasn't a big fan of the Woodford Double Oak. I am a big fan of Old Forester stuff, so I did want to give it a try. I think I put it in the blind, and I think it did pretty well when I did it in the toasted blind. It was Elijah Craig toasted, 1910, and Woodford Double Oak. So I think it did do pretty well. I'm not a big fan of the Elijah Craig toasted, so you know that one. Let's not even get into that one. That one has not been killed, and I don't think I even plan on killing it. Let's take a sip. Next bottle on the list. Don't kill me. Early Times Black Cap. Yes, it is the Black Cap. I do have a backup of this. Shout out to my man CA, man. He provided me with two. You know, we go back and forth, we exchange bottles, but I do have a backup of this, and it is probably around here. That is how good it is. Early Times Bottled in Bond, the Black Cap, to me, was one of the best values in bourbon. The first time I had it was down in Myrtle Beach on a golf trip, and it was just, it was amazing. It was amazing. I mean, even the guys on the trip who didn't drink bourbon, when I gave it to them, they had to take a second look at the bottle. They were like, what in the heck is that? I even had one guy take a picture of it. That's how much he liked it. So let's get to the next two bottles. Now, if you watched the Remis review, if not, please go back and watch that video, man. I really enjoy when you guys give me feedback. I really like when you guys go back and watch old videos. It really helps me out. Please subscribe to the channel. You know, but I appreciate all of you guys viewing and watching. But these are two bottles that I kind of had to kill. So you've got Remis 2. I killed this one because it was in a blind and it tasted like it was tainted. It had a sour note, and I had never got that. Both of these bottles were very, very, very flavorful when I first got them. I can't remember which one had, like, I think it was 2. May have been 3, I can't remember, but one of them had that really rich oatmeal cookie note, and it was just amazing. And like I said, I think I was more partial to 2 than 3. 3 still had some good flavors, but since it was about the same amount of liquid in the bottle as 2, and 2 was starting to get tainted, or was tainted before 3 got tainted, I decided to go ahead and kill it. Now these next 2 have not been killed, but they are on the chopping block. So I do have a backup of this 1792. Look behind me, it's the one right there in the middle. Just take note of what level it's at right now, because it might not be at that level in the next video. But 1792, this is not the ABC store pick. That's an ABC store pick. They both are very good. Very, very good. The ABC store pick, the first one I had, I went through. It was that good. But this is on a chopping block. You see how much I have left in that thing. It's not going to hang around too much longer. And back to Buffalo Trace products. These are something that I pick up every time it's at a drop. If there's nothing else allocated that I want, or if there are things there that, cost a little more than I'm willing to pay for them, I'll just go ahead and pick up an Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare to me is just a great 90 proof pour. I like to drink it myself. I also like to keep it on the bar for people who come over who've never had it. I think this and this are 2 excellent pours for new bourbon drinkers. And with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you head it to a drop. Till next time.